welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another grocery haul. I'm doing top-up shop today. So if you don't know, I shop fortnightly, and in my second week I do a top-up shop. So today's budget is $70, and I have a whole method on why and how I work that out. I'm going to talk about that. I've talked about it before. I talk about it nearly on every single grocery haul, and it's just like a starting budget that you guys could use. But I'm not going to talk about that today because I have some videos coming up over the next, I will say, month after this one, where I'm going to do kind of like a grocery budget challenge with you guys, where I'm going to talk about all the budget stuff and that, but actually try to really reduce it down for you guys and give you some ideas on breakfasts, lunches and dinners you could maybe do at a certain price. That's what I'm going to be doing. So that's coming up on the channel, and I'm doing that just to help you guys because I know a lot of you are struggling right now with all the price rises and everything going up, and just you don't know where to start to actually, you know, start to reduce your money down for a budget for groceries, or just to combat everything really. So I'm going to do that, and you guys, I mentioned that the other day on a video and you guys are very interested, so hopefully this will be helpful for someone out there when I do it. But today's grocery shop is just my top-up shop. So top-up shop in my second week of my fortnight. By the way, you should always shop fortnightly. I've shopped monthly, I've shopped weekly, I've shopped fortnightly. The best way of doing things is fortnightly for a number of reasons, but it's where you'll save the most money and time for sure. But again, I'll talk about that in the challenge. All right, now top-up shop is usually just for extra fresh fruit and veggies, bread and milk if I need it, things that might go on sale that I want to take advantage of. For instance, like if there's something that's like half the price as normal and it's something we always have, then obviously I want to get it and don't want to miss it. You know, just stuff like that, or things we might have run out of unexpectedly, just stuff like that. So I'm going to keep it pretty basic today. I've got to go to Aldi and Coles or maybe Woolworths, one of those two. It would be easier for me to go to Woolworths because it's closer, because I want my peas and corn, which is the bird's eye one, but they've been out of frozen vegetables, like out of that brand that I want, and just out of so many things, obviously with everything going on. And another reason why I want to do this challenge is I feel like things are going to get worse. They thought that we were going to have food shortages with like fresh fruit and veggies and frozen veggies and stuff like that. They said it was only going to be for like 6 to 8 weeks. That's what the supermarket said. But now that New South Wales is flooded again, I feel like we will probably have shortages for longer. So I don't know, just something to keep in mind, and something we'll talk about on the upcoming videos. So yeah, I haven't been able to get my peas and corn that I usually like to get from Woolworths. So I'm going to try to maybe get it at Coles. I think that's probably what I'll do. Because I feel like they might have a better supply, because the Woolworths I go to is kind of smallish and they don't have a big freezer section. So and the new Coles, which I filmed a shop with me through only a couple of weeks ago, go and have a look at that video. It was a brand new Coles. It's big, like it's big for us, so I feel like it's probably going to have more in it maybe, but who knows. I mean, if there's shortages, there's shortages, I guess. But we'll just deal with it. We'll combat that when we get to it. So I don't know, let's get to Aldi first and see how we go. Alright, I've done Aldi. I actually got quite a bit in there, but there were some things which I'll tell you about in a minute. I got a few things, potatoes there. There's, just ignore my toilet paper. Always have toilet paper in your car if you need it, for various reasons. However, okay, so I got a fair bit from there, but I have to go to Coles because there's some things which I'll talk to you about on the way that were out. So Aldi, they were out of a lot of stuff in there. Mind you, it is much later in the day, but like they're really short. The Aldi I go to is really short. There's a few reasons why though, because I actually asked them about it, because they're out of a lot of fruit and veg. Obviously lettuce they're short on, that kind of thing. Milk, the last couple of times I've been in there, they've been completely out of milk, which is crazy. Toilet paper, that's been out for a very long time. But I asked them after the other day, I needed milk, and I was like, oh, I could only go to I couldn't just go to Aldi, but Aldi's closest, so I went there, and I'm like, oh, you're out of milk? And they're like, yeah, that new Coles store that opened up that I filmed a couple of weeks ago, when that opened, it took a huge amount of business from the Aldi that I go to, because I think one of the biggest reasons is that the Coles is easiest to get to because there's a lot of roadworks around the Aldi that I go to, and so as soon as that Coles opened, like, they're only doing a third of the sales. That's what she told me. A third of the sales they normally do. Like, the other day they were projected to do like $90,000 and they'd only hit 30,000 or something. Like, that's how much their sales have dropped since the Coles opened. Like, it's crazy. I'm like, why? Like, it's just Coles. You know, it's more expensive, but I guess it is a real pain to get to this Aldi. Like, you have to be determined, like I am, to actually go sit in the roadworks thing and get through it and stuff. Like, I just had to sit about 5-10 minutes before at a stop thing to actually get into it. Like, it is a bit of a pain. But yeah, so what's been happening is that they haven't been getting as much stock in for that reason. So with the milk, they said especially, like, that's one of the biggest reasons. And then the other thing is, like, they were out of the big lot of mints. I just noticed that, but I asked them that because I'm planning next week's shop, and I asked them about it, and she said, oh, I haven't been able to get it for 2 days. So they're actually having shortages on certain things as well on top of that. So Aldi's not doing so great right now where I live. But yeah, so I'm off to Coles to get milk. That's the #1 priority because I'm very low. So I need milk. I need my peas and corn. I'm trying to think if there's anything else on that list. Because it was just a top-up shop, like, there wasn't that much that I was going to miss out on. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I wanted to get strawberries. They're so expensive still, but that's what they are right now, you know. So I just got 1 punnet instead of 2 because we have fruit tubs at home still. And I got bananas, and I think we've still got a couple of apples, maybe 4 apples left. I usually cut up apple with some strawberries, some banana, like make a whole sort of mix for the kids or for us, you know, for snacks and stuff. So we'll be right for fruit until my main shop, but it was just, yeah, interesting to go in there and see things super duper empty. I'm not gonna lie, it was a little bit crazy at Coles. I went in at a terrible time. It was like 5:30. Everyone obviously was finishing work and going through there. It was pretty crazy. They actually had hardly any milk left. They had like 6 lots of like 2-litre milk that I normally buy, just the normal brand, Coles brand one. So I got 2 and I left the others, but I really need 2 because we go through a lot of milk, and that probably won't even last us the week, but I got that. So I did get that, and I got peas and corn from there, which I've already opened. I'm going to show you guys what I got here, but I've already opened them because I've started cooking dinner as well because I got home late. So peas and corn, interestingly, I knew the price had gone up, the bird's eye peas and corn, and the reason I buy bird's eye peas and corn, okay, there is very much a difference. I've purchased cheaper ones because that's what we used to have before we did bird's eye, and we went back to cheaper ones, and the taste, even for Johnny and I, was like, oh, they're really bland. They just had no flavor. Like, it was really not good. The bird's eye stuff is really good quality vegetable, frozen vegetable, and it tastes different. When I got the cheaper brand, Johnny and I didn't want to eat it. The kids did not eat it. Like, it was such a waste. We were throwing stuff out. So I now buy bird's eye again. It's just what we like and what works for us. But it's usually like $5 a bag for a 1 kilo bag of peas and a 1 kilo bag of corn, whether it's corn cobs or corn kernels, it's up to you. Now, with that, and you can buy the mixed bag as well. I don't buy the mixed bag because Isabella likes corn, but she doesn't like peas. Joseph likes peas, but he doesn't like corn, so I separate them. And it would be much better to buy corn kernels, but until I can separate them in the pot easy enough, it just doesn't work for us, so I buy the corn on the cob. But what was I going to say? So they were $5, and I did notice at Woolworths they've gone up to $5.50. Coles, they've gone up, but they're $5.30, so they're actually cheaper at Coles. So now I have to keep that in mind because I haven't shopped at Coles for such a long time, just because the Coles that was closest was shut down because they were rebuilding that big store and stuff. So that's kind of, yeah, that's the frozen vegetable story for now. But Woolworths has been out of them, so that's why I went to Coles today. My budget, like I said, was $70 and I actually spent $56.91, which is great. I didn't need bread because I got bread at Costco, what's it, last week I think, and I've got enough to get us through, so that's good. But I did need milk, so I just got two, like I said, I got two of the lactose free at Aldi for Johnny because he has to have this one. This is only, it's come down in price, it's like $1.49 now, which is good, so I grabbed that. Strawberries are still like, you have to be a millionaire, and we're not millionaires, but I just really wanted strawberries so I bought them. But instead of buying 2 punnets like I was planning, I just got one. This is only 250 grams, $49. It's not going to go far, but I'll mix it with, we've got other fruit tubs, we've got this, we've got bananas I bought today from Aldi as well, which were pretty expensive too. They were $2.99 a kilo, but they look amazing, so I grabbed them. I'll mix it up with a few things, carrot sticks, that kind of stuff. Apples I have in the fridge already, so it'll work for us. So I grabbed that. Now this, $6.49, and so was the potatoes. 3 kilo bag of potatoes is the same price as these tiny little strawberries. I just got brushed potatoes because obviously it's cheaper. It turns out $2.19 a kilo, so that's a good price. So I grabbed those. I've already opened it because I'm cooking dinner. Tomatoes, I prefer the Roma ones just because they're easier for the kids to eat as snacks because the kids love tomatoes. The cherry ones are not so great, but the kids aren't at school, they're at home, so I can just cut these in half and they'll be fine. Do you know what I mean? Because otherwise they're too big, like they're just too big and go all over their school uniform, or they choke on them. It's just that thing. So anyway, I just got 1 punnet for $2.99. I got, instead of getting pouches, because we're at home at the moment, the kids aren't at school, so they're not taking them to school for, you know, lunches and stuff. I got the tubs back again. We'll see how they go. Hopefully they taste nice still. I don't know. We really like Valia yogurt, so hopefully this is a good purchase because it was 12 for $4.49 I think it was, and there's 4 strawberry, 4 banana and 4 vanilla. The 3 flavors my kids absolutely love. So I have not purchased broccoli for such a long time, so we'll see what they think. I don't know, we'll see what they think. The peas and corn, like I said, I prefer to buy, so if you bought normal peas, they were actually cheaper than $5.30. It's $4, but we don't like them as much. We love the baby peas. I don't know, I think they're sweeter, I'm not sure, but we love those. So we got those, and I got the corn cobs as well, like I said. I got some, these were about $1.29 I think, or $1.40 maybe, $1.49 from Aldi. I just need more rice cakes because I'm out. I needed vinegar. I use vinegar, well, I use it for dressings, but hardly ever, because especially right now because it's winter, but I use it a lot for cleaning. I just mix this in with a little bit of dish soap and a little bit, and some water as well in my spray bottle, and I use that mostly for cleaning. It doesn't smell good, obviously, because it's vinegar, but it cleans and it's not a chemical, so it's good. I do use chemicals for certain things like toilets. I use bleach and stuff like that, but for general multi-purpose spray, I use this. Like, it's really good. And that's only like $1.29 at the moment at Aldi, which is good. I got tomato sauce we're completely out of, so I just grabbed a refill because now the orange juice, the giant orange juice from the Costco visit that we did is being drank. They drank it all. Johnny and Joseph mainly drank it all. I can fit this in the fridge now when I open it, so I've purchased this again to use as my refill. And lastly, I got just 3 bottles of soft drink. We actually haven't had soft drink for the kids for quite some time, honestly, like a good couple of weeks or more. They love Sunlit, which is like Sunkissed, and they love Jump, which is just like a solo. So it's much cheaper at Aldi. It's a really nice soft drink if you're after one. They're like 69 cents. They're super cheap at Aldi. I did want the lemonade. I normally get the sugar-free lemonade, but they had none. None of that was available, so I just had to grab these 3. And the kids don't drink this all through the day. Even on school holidays, they don't. They'll have them during school holidays and weekends. I might let them have one with lunch, but generally it's for dinner time. So we'll have that. So yeah, and that's pretty much it. Like, I didn't get too much, but I did only spend like $56. Obviously it's just top-up shop, so I didn't need main meats or anything like that. It's just the bare essentials that I needed. That was today's top-up shop, guys. Now don't forget, I think as of next week I'm going to be starting that I don't know what I'm going to call it, like grocery challenge or something. I don't know, I'm gonna have a set amount of money. I'm gonna be trying to do breakfast, lunch and dinner, possibly snacks, but not so much. Maybe just some snack ideas, just to help you guys try to bring down your spending a little bit. Maybe it might help you. I'm gonna teach you how to go from doing weekly groceries to fortnightly groceries by thinking ahead when it comes to dinners and stuff like that. Yeah, I will explain more about it when I do the challenge. It's not going to include my normal groceries, obviously, of like toilet paper and I don't know, dish detergent, anything like that. I actually don't need any of that anyway, but I won't be including any of that stuff. I'll just be focusing on food, okay, to get you sort of, you know, reining in on that area, because it's usually the most costly thing. And then also coming up, I'm actually going to be working on areas of my emergency stockpile, because I'll be saving money on doing the grocery challenge. I'll be using some money to actually work on the emergency stockpile too. And my first focus is, and it will be separate to this challenge, okay? So whatever I do in the challenge is set for that week, but I'm going to be focusing on the vegetable situation, because there's just so much that's, you know, it's hard for me to get my frozen vegetables that I want. So I'm going to be doing something where it helps me actually not waste as much too. I'm going to show you guys that, but I'll be working on doing certain things in my freezers, like in my stockpile freezers, to do with vegetables. That's probably going to be my first focus. Rice and pasta, it's the thing, because potatoes are hard to find sometimes and they're expensive. You can't get even frozen chips to put in your freezer. Like a lot of places are out of that at the moment. I don't know why, but maybe it's got to do with that whole potato thing. So people now are buying pasta and rice, and that's very low in the shops now too. So it's all a follow-on effect. So oh, hello. So yeah, that's where I'll be focusing. So definitely come back for those two types of videos, working on the stockpile and the grocery challenge, which I'm going to be working on for 4 weeks. Hopefully it'll be each week for 4 weeks I'll be doing. All right, I'm gonna go.
Mommy,
yes,
can you have a little play for me?
Yes, I can. I need to put
with
the
the
kids
new
into
people.
Yeah,
The new people
I
are
need to put the
super
kids
nice.
into bed. Hey,
They're nice people.
they're nice people. All right, I'm coming. You've done such a good job. She set up a whole village house. What is it? It's the whole thing in her room.
It's a beautiful house.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I like the color on us. I like
the blue. I know it's from the computer screen because I sat here to edit. All right, I better go, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you probably tomorrow.
Bye.
You gotta understand that we get one chance, one